Hey guys, this is Wei. Welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to show you how to prepare your food for the whole week. Once again, we're going to make 3 meats, 3 carbs, and mix the vegetables. Okay, so before I start, I just want to show you what I normally do before I cook. So first of all, you can see all these containers. I like to lay out all my containers. So I have 12 of them. So my plan is to make 2 meals a day. So for 6 days, that's 12 meals. And on the 7 days, you're supposed to do the grocery shopping, cooking again. Okay, so I got all these from Walmart. It comes in a package of 4. Each package costs less than $3, I believe. So for all the 12 containers, only cost about like less than probably $12 with taxes in. Now we move to the kitchen. As you can see here, we got our meat, we got shrimp, our chicken breast, ground beef, and the sweet potato. I have removed the skin. For some people, if you like to keep the skin on, by all means, that's all good. My cutting board, knife, the diced wild garlic. Some places sell these garlic in a big jar, but I still prefer the wild garlic. And then I got my pot. That's for the brown rice later on. Got the grill pan. That's for the chicken breasts later on. Got the mixing bowls. The frozen vegetables we're going to be using. Got the white rice, brown rice, and the rice cookers. Got everything we needed. Let's get the cooking started.
Since the sweet potato takes a little bit longer time to cook, I normally start with that. The way I cut it is I cut through the middle, and so this way it's just easier for me to cut into smaller pieces. But if you have any other way, by all means go for it, as long as you can fit them all into the containers after. Before I put all the sweet potatoes on the baking pan, I always spray some Pam on it, set stove at 450, bake for 1 hour. So the next step is making rice. I put 2 cups of rice and 4 cups of water. For brown rice, I use half bag and 4 cups of water. So as you can see here, I normally cut chicken in the middle and then slice each piece in diagonal direction. The purpose is to cut them in smaller pieces. It will be easier to cook after. Once all the cutting is done, we'll put all the chicken in the mixing bowl and it will be ready to be marinated. The next step is marinating the chicken. Based on your own preference, you can put any spices you want. For me, I like to put 1 tablespoon of the curry, a third tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin, half tablespoon of the black pepper powder, and 1/3 of tablespoon of sea salt. And then we put the wild garlic in there and mix it well with your hands. Then we spray the pan on the grill pan, turn the stove to high heat. Once the pan is hot, we can start cooking the chicken. I apologize for the shake because I have to use one hand hold the camera, the other hand put the chicken on it. Because we cut all the chickens in the smaller pieces, so I normally cook 2 batches. I just put as many chicken as possible. The first one, once it's all done, I can just make the second batch. In terms of the cooking time, it all depends on the size of the chicken. The best way to check it is to check the middle of the chicken. If there's no more red color, means it's all cooked. Once all the chicken are cooked, you can move them to another container, start to make the second batch. Since I really like curry, chili powder, and cumin, I'm putting the same spices in ground beef as well. So 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon of curry, 1/3 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1/3 tablespoon of sea salt, and a little bit pepper, mixed well with spatula. Now we can start cooking ground beef. Same as chicken, just keep cooking until you don't see any red meat. So this is what it looks like after it's all cooked. Shrimp is pretty easy to cook. Heat up the pan, put some crushed pepper in, dump all the shrimp in it, keep stirring.
Hey guys, we're all done. Let's take a look at the final product. It's not too bad, right? So again, we got 12 containers, 12 meals, 2 meals per day. So we got chicken, ground beef, and the shrimp as well. Now, for each chicken and ground beef container is probably about like 650 calories, where the sweet potato and the shrimp is probably about 500 calories. Now, it depends on individual need. You can always put more or less in the container. For me, that's just how I do my meal prep. Now, if you need a little bit less, you can definitely for sure to put a little bit less food in there. My strong suggestion is to get a food scale from any retail stores or Walmart. It's pretty cheap. It's probably going to be like $20. So this way, you know exactly what you need in that container. It can help a lot to watch your calorie intake. So that is everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, once again, please like it and subscribe below. Now that we covered some basic knowledge on how our metabolism works and how to prep your meal for the whole week, it is time to move on to the next thing, which is exercises. I know when it comes to exercises, people hate the most, but one thing we have to understand that it is one of the most important factors when it comes to our fitness journey. I have a lot of people tell me that the only reason why they don't do exercise is because they don't have time. I completely understand. We all have a busy life. I don't think you should spend 2 hours at the gym every day unless you're a professional athlete. Now, if you do things right, all you need is 15 to 20 minutes every day. To prove a point, next week I'm going to show you one of my exercise routines that's only 10 minutes long, can push you just as hard as anything else. So make sure that you follow the channel so you won't miss it. Once again, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next week at the gym.